One problem a lot of musicians have is low self-esteem. I know some musicians, I've seen many musicians that have such low self-esteem that when they play in front of people, they can barely hold their pick in place over instrument without shaking. They can barely make a sound. Nowadays, it's very hard to get people's attention. There are trillion-dollar industries just trying to get people's attention, like TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is. Everybody's trying to get people's attention on the phone or on the screen. So if you don't think you have something worthwhile to say, nobody else will. So if you decide you want to get people's attention and play music for them, you better mean what you do. Now there is time to be critical of your own playing, and that's in the practice room, not on stage and not to your fans. There is another thing that people do which I hate, and I usually didn't tell people in my band how to behave, but that's the one exception. When we would play a show and people paid tickets to see us and spend time, enjoying our music, and when we would come to one of my sidemen and tell them how much they enjoyed the show and how much they enjoyed their playing, and my sidemen will say, no, I sucked, I fucked up a lot, I messed up, and it will dump all over the experience and all over their own playing. Because what we're really saying to the person is like, oh, you think you had a good time, but actually you're too stupid to understand that the experience wasn't as good as you perceived it. So that's the one time that I could not let it go, and I would be like, no, you cannot say bad things about your playing or about the show to people that paid money and came to see us. And I don't care if you think it's true, and I don't even care if it's true. You don't do that to people's experience. You don't disrespect people like that, because that's really what you're doing. Having confidence would not make you play like Buddy Rich or Charlie Parker. And if you go to a job interview and date, having confidence won't make you look like Brad Pitt, but it will put out the best version of yourself that's out there, that's possible. Same thing with a job interview, like I said. You don't go and tell them about all your faults. You try to do the opposite. You try to present the best version of yourself, And then once they hire you, well, it's good. So, it's basically the same thing here with music. So don't criticize yourself when it's not the time, and definitely not to the people that come to see you. Like, subscribe, Patreon, join us, comment, share, tell everybody about the music. Bye.